Hey everyone, as always, Dylan Miller prospecting, and it's Tuesday night tailings, or Tuesday night gold fever. Episode number 157. All right, let me catch up on chat. I had to go run and get my coffee real quick. I left it upstairs. So I'm kind of lost, but all right. HD Shovelhead, thank you for being here and being very early. Weezen, thank you for being here even earlier. David, Joey Brown, Megadog 555, thank you for joining the show. JNV Rockhounding. That was I hadn't been on one of your lives before. That was pretty cool watching Cut the Rocks. I enjoyed it. Didn't get to stick around long because I was doing something, but Secret Creek Prospecting, how's it going? Thank you for joining the show. Appreciate it. A3 Sky Warrior, probably lurking, aren't you, brother? But that's okay. Hopefully you got a new phone by now. Alan Jackson, how's it going? Thank you for joining the show. Mark Sheldon. Mojo, how's it going? Thank you for joining the show. Appreciate it. Who else we got? Idaho Jeff, how's it going? Carl the Crusher. Someone brought him up last week, and I think the week before. Carl the Crusher was selling on Etsy, and it wasn't a very good ROI. I haven't reviewed it, and I probably wouldn't ever review it just because of the fact that it was guaranteed a 50% ROI. That's what he was guaranteeing that you would get a 50% ROI. And I don't see it having been any higher than that. So I'm pretty sure that's probably the best you're going to get out of it, you know. So no, haven't reviewed it and probably never would. I wouldn't suggest it at a 50% ROI. It's just one of those Etsy sellers that's on some show or another that thinks that, you know, that makes their gold worth twice as much. Gentleman Prospector, how's it going? And Tim Springston, thank you for joining us. And in case anyone doesn't know, this is what we'll be going through tonight. Some Iowa Paydirt from Tim. So thank you very much for sending that to me. Charles King, thank you for joining the show. Casey Sering, Jason G. Hopefully you're feeling better, Jason. Somewhere in Ohio, Donna, thank you for being here and being a mod. Appreciate it. Nightbot, thank you for being here. Troubled One, how's it going? Dib Dibberson, how's it going? Thank you for being here very late at night or early in the morning, whichever one it is. Shane Brithero, how's it going? PA Patriot, what's up, brother? Hopefully you're doing good. Hopefully the truck's doing all good. I haven't been able to catch up on anybody's YouTube, so I don't know. Crazy Cannon, how's it going? Thank you for joining the show. All right, let me pop out chat so I can look at my ugly mug, make sure everything's going right. There we go. All right. Everything's all set. So everyone, well, that's good. That's good. Now you just got to recover. Nancy, thank you for joining the show. Appreciate it. Yeah. So yeah, this probably not going to see too much gold tonight because this is supposed to be just a little bit. It's natural. There's no gold added. So it's all supposed to be minus 100 gold. I might not even find any of it because, you know, it's a lot harder to pan on camera than it is without the camera there. Because if I'm typically panning fine gold, I need to have my face close to the pan. And I've got to kind of put the camera in between. So panning from a distance is a lot harder, especially fine gold. So we'll see. If not, it's all going to go in the Tuesday tailings. But it was really nice of him to send me this. Tim, by the way, in case anyone doesn't remember, is a person who won the Bart Gold Nugget. I'm almost 100% sure it was the Bart Gold Nugget from Australia. And I no, not that I know. I haven't heard anything about them catching the burglar. That was pretty brazen of them doing, you know. I'm guessing they knew those cases had that flaw. And I know what they're talking about. So when you have these big display cases, they only have one lock in the center. So you can kind of just flex the whole thing. And they usually typically don't use glass tops. They use plastic. They use, you know, clear plastic just so if somebody sits or does something on it, it won't break. So, but that was crazy. No, but yeah, hopefully everyone's doing well. Ortiz, thank you for being here and being a mod. I appreciate it. All my mods are here tonight. So, Holmes doing prospecting, thank you for joining the show. Yeah, that thing's melted by now. So, I mean, if they were smart, they melted it. You know, trying to sell that would be impossible if they didn't melt it. So, but you never know. The criminals typically aren't the brightest. Typically, they'll be the ones that'll, you know, send it off to bring it to a pawn shop or something. So, tell me about it. Your last bag has been cross-eyed. Which bag was that? I don't think I don't know which. Unless I sent you a special one, they usually aren't too bad. They're usually not too bad. I try to make sure any bags from Patreon and things like that aren't too horrible, where you'll get the vast majority of the gold. Then I usually throw in a little bit of fine gold just so, you know. But then again, there's always the Tuesday tailing. So, you know, like I said, finding the fine gold on a live show is a lot harder than when I do a review, just because the pan is so far away from my face. So, because I got to make sure y'all get a good angle and you're not like looking at the back of my head the whole show. So. The bad karma, yeah. Well, you got to think, you don't know where that nugget's been. It might have had a whole bunch of bad karma already. You know, they're saying that nugget was supposed to have been from the, you know, back in the 49ers. So that you never know. Like I was reading a story once about San Francisco, about how they used to deliberately set San Francisco on fire, like bandits. They would set San Francisco on fire back in the heyday, just because they knew people would rather leave their gold and save their life, and they'd run out. And then they'd come back and just find the big old melted globs of gold, you know, and they'd come and ransack, because it's a lot easier. You know, if you've got a huge fire going on and it's moving through the city, you can kind of just go behind people's houses and look for those giant gold hot blobs. So the Arizona bag, yeah. It shouldn't have been too bad. Like I said, I usually put, you know, I don't put, so like if I was to make a 1 gram bag, I typically will probably put 0.9 of everything over minus 40. So you'll at least find the vast majority of your gold. Then the last like 0.2 that I'll add will be all fine gold. So, and then it just depends. Like I said, all the gold I get, any of the fine gold anyway, is all through bags of Paydirt I review and stuff like that. So it won't be like exactly minus 40, because I think if you buy gold, most of the places I've seen that actually sell gold only sell minus 50. It's really hard to find anyone that's selling like minus 200 or minus 100 gold, because when it gets that fine, they typically just smelt it. You know, there's very few people that keep that in stock. I think there's 0.04. Yeah. So we're not pulling out the scale tonight. So if there's not chunky gold, I don't pull out the scale. So, and plus, you know, we all know I typically don't weigh up gold if it's donated to the channel or to me. So for the live shows. Sancho Panza and Sonny Crockett, how's it going? Shaky hands don't help. Yeah, I'm getting that way. That my eyes, you know, I have it on my desk to make an appointment to get my eyes checked again. I need to get them, you know, adjusted. I've just been too lazy. I don't want the bad news, you know, or the bill, you know, so we'll have to see. But yeah, hopefully everyone's been doing good. Hopefully everyone enjoyed my last video where I got suckered because of this, the pretty bag, the El Dorado. No, I can't believe, like I said, I can't believe I got snookered on that. So the way it worked is I have on eBay, you know, you can save searches, and I have a lot of searches that are saved just for different things. But one of the ones I search for all the time is vintage Paydirt, used Paydirt, and antique Paydirt. And that one popped up, this one popped up as used. That's what it actually popped up as, used Paydirt. Because I think I've done 2 videos so far where I've bought Paydirt that was supposedly used. And what it is big companies will just buy up all this junk, and sometimes there's a bag of Paydirt in it. And what they do is they'll see this. So they'll find a bag of Paydirt and they'll say, okay, let's look it up online. They'll see it sells for $60. So they'll sell it for 50. And I know I did that with the Irwin's Paydirt, where I ended up getting 100% ROI. So, but yeah, I saw this one and I was like, oh man, I got to get this one. I've never heard of this Paydirt before. And I was like, you know, and I spend a vast amount of time searching for Paydirt. So I was like, this is a new one. This has got to be old. I was like, it's got to have been sitting on somebody's shelf for at least 10, 15 years, something like that. So I snagged it up, and they wanted $80 for it. And I went back and forth with them. I was like, no, no, no. And we settled on 60 shipped. I think it was 50 plus $9 shipping. And the minute I got off, I mean, literally the minute after I paid, I was like, man, let me look up this, see if I can't find more information about it. And as soon as I looked it up, I was like, you could buy it. Like, Dylan, you're a sucker. CJ Hayes, how's it going, brother? Well, that Grinch nugget, was it 3.1 or 3.2? It was a beautiful nugget. I still love all that Bart Gold nugget. I think I haven't seen any. I'll have to look for some more of those. But yeah, so if you didn't watch my last video, the sucker bag, and everyone does it, it's, I still, one of my searches on eBay is still for Gold Rush. It's still for Gold Rush Paydirt. I still search daily for Gold Rush Paydirt. I don't know what it is about the Gold Rush Paydirt. It's the bag. I'm telling you, it's the bag that gets me, and I search for it, and I overpay for it. And I've never gotten a good bag from them. So 3.9. Oh, that was a big one. So so yeah, so I'm just I don't know. There's just certain Paydirts, and there's a reason why, Golden Paydirt tells everyone, oh, there's a chance to find a 1 ounce nugget. And the reason they do those is because they got it from what is it? What's the company? Felix Paydirt. Felix Paydirt was the first one that started it. Felix Paydirt used to just have decent Paydirt. 50% ROI, that's what you got. And then they did the little whole, their first ever, they started with, you can maybe win a 1 ounce nugget. And sales must have quadrupled for them, because now that's all they talk about. Oh, this one. And Golden Paydirt just upped the ante. They said, well, why do it once a year or twice a year? Why not do it for every single bag we put out? You could have an ounce of gold, And a lot of people that buy it, that's why they buy it. Because I can tell you, if you go on Facebook or Google, you'll see the ads for Golden Paydirt, especially like Facebook. But they're not all. Like, I saw one the other day on Facebook for their gem bag. And I guarantee you, very few people bought that. But then as soon as they see an ad for an ounce gold nugget, they're like, oh my God, let me grab that one. So, people see the ads, and it's just certain things that make you want them. So I have the whole bag in Paydirt. Yeah, I bought a few of them. What was it? Like 2 years ago, I found somebody that had like 5 of them, and I bought all 5 of them unsealed. They were still sealed and everything. And I gave one to Brian on Indiana Creek. I sent him one. And then I opened one on, I think it was a live show. I opened one, or maybe I did a video on one. And I swore I was going to keep the other ones, one for me and one for my 3 kids. And one day I was home, no show or nothing. I was like, I'm cracking those open. I'm like, I got to see if I got good gold out of them. Because I'm determined to find one of those that actually has, because they're not as expensive, and I don't feel as ripped off by buying those as I do the Golden Paydirt, because at least you get a pan and stuff like that. So one of these days I'll find one of the ones that has extra gold in it. So no, I don't. I've never heard of anyone winning them. Supposedly I've seen some posts on Facebook where people have. I didn't know them, and they weren't part of the community. It was just old people that when you look it up, like if you Google it, you'll find on Facebook they'll buy some. But I know the person who supplied Gold Rush with their gold for the bags. So they knew exactly how much was going in each bag and how much. So there were bonus bags. It has been confirmed by the person who was supplying them with their gold. So, because it wasn't the Gold Rush show that was doing it. This was put on by some third party who had bought the rights to sell it through Discovery and all that stuff. So, but the person who was selling the gold to them, or supplying the gold per bag, so told me that they guarantee that there were bonus bags. So, and he also told me I'm a fool for buying their bags of Paydirt because he knew how much gold was going in each bag, and they were never going to be profitable. So. Who has lottery bags for sale? And Scott Roberts, thank you for joining the show. Chef V, what's up, brother? Refrotris, thank you for joining the show. And anyone, if I miss you, I apologize. Sometimes when I start talking, my eyes blank out and I can't know. I can't read. So SJB has it going. So, but there are some winners. There were some big ones, just not me, not yet. And I don't think they were that many of them. They said, I think it was like 1 in 100 or 1 in every 250. So you got to figure, it's probably like a tenth of that. So what's the best vendor for bonus bags? I don't know anymore. I really don't. Um, I don't know. That was a tough one. So too many sellers stopped doing like legitimate bonus bags. And what Troubled One said, the vast majority of sellers. So I can tell you, there used to be a secret in the industry a long time ago. Like when I first started doing this, and Ed and a whole bunch of people that have been doing this for 8, 10 years. When they used to have sellers, what they used to do, when they first started with new sellers, and I'm going to bring up one, and it was, say, Jim from Jimbo's Gold. Jim Hamilton. Oh, I won't say his last name. I don't want people looking him up. But Jim from Jimbo's Gold, what they used to do was instead of like, okay, new seller, like Gold Nugget sales, he might put a 1 gram bag, and he's going to say, I'm going to put 1.1 in every single bag. And he'll line up 100 bags. He'll dump 1.1 in every single one. So if you have 10 bags at 1.1, you just used 11 grams of gold, right? But what they used to do, like Jimbo's, and he had a 1 gram bag of Paydirt, what he would do is he'd put 1.05 in 9 bags. Now you have 10.5 grams. And then you take the other half gram and you put it in the last bag. So that way one person is getting a bonus bag. One person every 10. Everyone's getting their 1 gram, but the one person is going to get 1.5. And then, and you scale that up too. You can scale that up and say, it might be 1.25, but every 20 bags, one person will get 2 grams. And a lot of companies used to do that back in the day. But unfortunately, that was before Golden Paydirt took off with his ounce hunt. So they stopped doing it. And then people started doing the bonus bags and stuff like that, where they advertise bonus bags. And yeah, if somebody advertises a bonus bag, 99%, well, I don't want to say 99, but 90% of the time they're bad. It's just bad. For $90, we made 33 bags with the kids at the upcoming gold show. That's awesome. So, but yeah, nowadays bonus bags, there's just Golden Paydirt kind of ruined it for everybody, I think. Now, I think because, I wish some sellers would go back. There's some big sellers out there. I won't mention any names or say who they are, but there's some big sellers out there who I think should start doing this formula where, like I said, instead of giving every single person 1.05, and Gold Bay used to do this too. Gold Bay used to do this too as well, is if you have X amount of gold that you're going to put in so many bags, don't put every one of them the exact same. Change it up, Put a smaller bit. I would rather find 1.05 in every bag, and then every 10th bag be like, wow, I just made 100% ROI. Because that person that finds 100% ROI is guaranteed to come back as a customer, Trouble One, that's it. I mean, it depends. I mean, some people I think do bonus bags are legit, but unfortunately, I've got a video coming out about a bonus bag, I think in like a month or so. I'm still working on it. I haven't bought all the bonus bags yet. I'm buying a couple. I'm buying one a month. And then once I get a couple of them, I'm going to do it. And I think his might be legit. But even then, even the legit ones, I think I did a video, really good video where I explained it, was on Conan. Conan that used to sell across the pond Paydirt. He did one. And one of the problems when you do bonus bags is you have to make that many bags. And then that gets a little questionable. Like, let's say if you say, I'm going to have one at 100 bags. I'm going to have 1 gram in 100 bags, but one of them's going to have 10 grams. Well, you have to have 100 bags. You have to have 100 bags and put a gram in each for it to be legitimate. Because otherwise, you're just making them, and nobody wants to do it. Like, so think about this. Let's say you make 100 bags. You put a gram in each one, or half a gram in each one, because you want it to be profitable. You put a half a gram in each bag, 99 bags, but you're charging $100 per bag. Everyone's going to get a 40% ROI except for that one person. That one person is going to get some big 5 gram nugget. Well, the problem is if you do it legitimately, Like you take the 100 bags and you mix them all up and you just start selling them. What if the buyer number one buys it and wins it? Say I buy that bag number one, I open it and say, bam, look at this. I just found the nugget. No one's going to buy those other 99 bags. Now he just lost a ton of money. So there's no reason for anyone to do a legitimate bonus like that because they're going to lose money or they're going to cheat, one of the two. Because if they sell the big nugget first, if it gets sold early, so typically I think, and you got to think too, a lot of the bonus bags where they tell you, you can use a metal detector. Beep, beep. Oh, yep, this one's got the big nugget in it. I'm not selling this one yet. That's why if you look, there have been some people that do them that had feedback, and it's typically at the end of the run. Like, oh, yeah, they sold 90 bags. Now all of a sudden someone finds a nugget. So, yeah, bonus bags just aren't really worth it. And a lot of it is because, you know, like I said, Golden Paydirt came in and started with his little thing. And it's just, as the community grows, more and more people think of different ways to cheat you. So, you know, if you only got 10 sellers, you know, the odds are that those 10 people are going to rip you off is pretty slim. But all of a sudden, if you get 100 sellers, you're going to get 2 or 3 of them that are going to be pretty crafty and think of some new ways to steal from you. So, you know, I don't want to say anything. You know, I recently did a video about somebody who I think is very, very crafty about having stole a lot of stuff. So, you know. People were giving monthly money to get something. They didn't get anything, and now they're getting a box of dirt with no gold in it. So that just tells you right there. You know, if you go and you said, I'm going to buy this bag, I paid it for $50, and they don't ship it, and you say, well, I'll buy another one, and they don't ship it. Then you buy a third one, and you don't ship it. Then they say, well, don't worry, I'm going to send you a huge bag of dirt, but it's got no gold in it. You know, you get, ugh. Like I said, the more sellers, the more people in this community, the larger it gets. It's great that the community is growing all the time because the vast, vast majority of people in this community are so awesome. But the bigger it gets, the more con men you're going to get. So, isn't that what JR's prospecting does? I don't know. I don't know who JR's is, but you mean RJ's? I think you mean RJ's. And yeah, RJ's does that. Dib Deverson. I'm not going to complain because the odds of anyone in our community of buying any of your Paydirt dib are pretty slim. You're all the way in Germany. So, but all right, let's get to it. Some Tim Paydirt. I'm going to shrink down the ugly mug. We could talk some more while I'm panning because, you know, I don't need to concentrate on this dirt. Tim said this is going to be some of the chunkiest gold I've ever seen. Iowa is known for nothing but cobbles of gold. So let's shrink down the ugly mug. Yeah, there we go. We're going to get to panning. There we go. As you can see, there's already some dirt in the sink because I didn't clean out my sink. I figured we were doing a Tuesday show, and that stuff was pretty clean. So there we go. All right. Yeah, RJ's, I've looked at some of his, and his ROIs aren't the worst, but they're still, like I said, it's one of those things. So I saw his last one he did where he had, I think, 60 bags or 70 bags. We'll just say it was 60. So he had 60 bags. I think they were what were they? I think they were $32 a piece. 50 bags, $32 a piece. If he sold bag number one and it had the bonus in it, nobody would have bought the rest of those bags. And now you're essentially, because you're paying for them in advance, the seller has to buy all that gold and put it in all those bags, and they have to count on selling all those bags as a whole to make a profit. You know, they're not counting on just selling one bag and being like, okay, I made all my profits. You know, because now he's going to either have to pan those out, or he's going to have to take those bags that already have a very low ROI and add more gold to another one and start a new bonus. So I did like RJ's Paydirt. I did do a review on RJ's Paydirt, and I really liked it. So just, you know, bonus bags, tricky. All right, let me. Wanda, thank you for joining the show. Appreciate it. All right, we'll put some gloves on, get my phone up. Mentally Corrupted, how's it going? Thank you for joining the show. A 3-pound bag from Chicken Miner. I always liked Chicken Miner. Well, I used to like Chicken Miner. Once they got popular, and that's another thing, a lot of sellers, and it's, it happens a lot. As sellers come out, they're really, really good. They're like boutique paydirts. We'll call them a boutique paydirt. They sell a little bit, and every year they make a little batch. They say, I'm gonna make 20 bags, I'm gonna sell it, 30 bags, whatever. But then they get really popular, and they realize, hey, I'm selling out these 30 bags in a day. It's not taking me a month to sell them anymore. It's taking me a day. So then they say, well, now I'm gonna need more gold. Well, they don't get more gold like Chicken Miner. Chicken Miner only mines so much gold. Yukon Alley only mines so much gold. So if they wanted to amp up production, that means they have to buy gold. And then once you start buying gold, now you have to start checking a higher ROI. So Paul C., thank you for joining the show. So a lot like Chicken Miner used to be that way. Chicken Miner, you would buy their bags, and I think everyone used to get, 80, 90, 100, 110, 120 ROIs, crazy ROIs. But then they got really busy. And then they went from, I think they used to be, like when you bought it, you were guaranteed like a set 85% ROI. And then it dropped all the way down to 60% once they got busy, All right. Open it up. We're going to dump it in pan. I see some rocks. I see some aquarium rocks in there. But, yeah. Some fancy rocks that we're going to ignore. Some garnets, some big size garnets in there. No chunky gold, though. A lot of fine material, so that's for sure. Here, we're going to check it. Doesn't look, yeah. Well, excuse the squeaky magnet. It's got some magnetite, but not much. So I did see some copper in there. I saw some copper flakes. So it's got some copper. So some peacock ore. A little bit of peacock ore, my favorite. Yeah, Chicken Miner's hit or miss. Now, so Chicken Miner in the days past used to just be awesome. Every single bag was awesome. And then once they got super busy, now they've kind of gone the route of, who do I want to say it is? They're kind of like, there's an Arizona seller that's just like that, where you're either going to get like a 50% ROI, which is I think what they guarantee now, is you're going to get that exactly, or you're going to get a really good bag, and that's how they kind of run their bonuses, like they'll say, okay, instead of giving, a 80% ROI to 3 people, they'll give 2 50%ers and then 120. So, Cobra Prospecting, how's it going? Matthew Phelps, thank you for coming, enjoying the show. And anyone, if I missed you, I apologize. Just know I appreciate you watching the live show. Now, again, we don't have to be careful with this Paydirt, because it's all supposed to have big gold. You put some pretties in there. It's got rocks. See, those things to me aren't pretty. They typically, I think they should be. I see some silver. The crystalline silver, yeah. See, when my kids were younger, my kids used to love the gems in Paydirt. I didn't like it because that meant then I had to pick it all out so I could give it to them for their collection, which drove me crazy. So after, shooting a review, I had to spend all that extra time getting the gems out. But let's see if we see any gold right off the bat. Yeah, there's some gold. You're not gonna be able to see it, but two little wee pieces right there. 1, 2. That might be, but I think that's a piece of silver. But there we go. We're starting. We're banging it out. Already got 2 pieces of gold. I might retire now. I'm assuming that's Amanda Culver everyone's saying hi to. So hi, Amanda. Oh, there, I see your post. So Amanda, thank you for joining the show. So I found some gold. So I'm not going to miss it all. So we'll at least recover some of the gold. Oh, yeah, and don't forget, my mod is dropping the hidden link. Make sure you go leave a comment because I will be giving away spot number 8 for my 1-ounce silver bar I'm going to be giving away. And that's going to be during my next Patreon show. So we're going to give away 8, 9, and 10. 8 tonight, 9 next week, 10 the following week. And then on my next Patreon show, one of those 10 people will win that 1-ounce Vendetta silver bar. Planning your trip? I am already. Oh my, is the link not working? All right, here, let me go see what Nightbot's doing. Nightbot might be on vacation or something. Or I might have jacked it up. Let's see. Okay, all fixed. I had forgot to change it. That's why I always set it so only I can post the link until I make sure the link it's the correct link. So I guess I didn't check that. Yeah. So now everyone can go leave their comment on the hidden video so they can have a chance at winning some Vendetta silver. Island nuggets are just like eBay nuggets. I don't know. eBay nuggets seem to get smaller and smaller all the time. What just amazes me, though, is how many times people will advertise something as having a nugget, and then nobody even questions the size of it. I saw, and this is nothing against Cottonwood Creek, but I saw them raffling off, or they were doing a Razzie for, I guess, for a bag of Paydirt, or auction. They were doing an auction for a bag of Paydirt. And they said, oh, if they got a certain number, they'd put a nugget in there. But I didn't see any weight on the nugget. There's just a picture of it. It's like, that could be zoomed in. That could be, like 0.0001. They make some pretty good magnifying cameras nowadays. So, and nobody questioned. No one was like, where? I was looking at chat and nobody was like, oh, how big is that nugget? I was like, that was the first question I would ask if I was going to be bidding. But I wasn't going to be bidding, so it was too high priced for me. I saw it going over $100. Yeah, we still got some more gold in here. See, we have gold in every pan. We got some gold here, gold here, gold here. Oh, yeah, we cooking now. Got hacked by an AI. Yeah, something's up with Nightbot. I don't know. He doesn't always do what I tell him, and sometimes at least he stopped banning people. No, I would never say that. There's some good sellers on eBay. There's some good sellers. They're just drowned out by the bad sellers, and that's just with Paydirt. It's the same thing as like, there's a ton of sellers on eBay who just sell Amazon products. They add an extra $6 or $7 and they just ship it directly from Amazon. There's all kinds of bad sellers on eBay. In fact, I bought something the other day. I forget what it was, but I wanted something and I needed it, but I didn't want something coming from China. I did not want to wait for some package to come through customs. So I made sure that the seller was US only. And I, specifically looked and he said, oh, ships from, wherever it was, like Pennsylvania. Where was it? It was Illinois. So it's just like a state over. So I ordered from him. 2 days later, I see tracking coming from China. I was so mad. I was like, dude, if I wanted it from China, I'd have ordered it from China for $3 cheaper, But yeah, there are some good Paydirt sellers on eBay. They're just, you have to weed through a whole bunch of bad ones to find them. Reg Lab, thank you for joining the show. Spencer17, thank you for joining the show. Appreciate it. But there's some really good sellers on eBay. And especially considering, like, I don't remember who the last seller is I reviewed on eBay. But when I did my half-gram battle, the eBay seller to me was one of the top ones on there. You got to be crafty. Like I said, with eBay, if you find a good seller on eBay, the tip for buying anything on eBay is you put it in your cart. You don't buy it. Especially if they have multiple. If they only have one, maybe you buy it. But if it's somebody that's selling like 10 of something, just put it in your cart and wait. After a couple of days, they'll send you that notice. Oh, they took 5% off if you buy it now. Well, they take that 5% off. That's 5% higher ROI. But they do have some good sellers on eBay. Like there's a bag. Where is it? Where do I have that bag? See? Right here. Now, when I was doing the half-gram bag challenge, I got this bad boy in. This one was off of eBay. And I will have to look up the numbers, but it was guaranteed, I think, a 75% ROI on eBay. When I ordered that, I didn't get it in time, or I didn't see it in time for the half-gram battle. My secret shopper couldn't get it in time, so I just bought it myself. But once the discounts went through, I think it's going to be it would have been a 95% ROI, which is crazy for eBay. So they do have some good sellers on eBay. Troubled one. I agree with that. You just have to, kind of wade through a lot of bad ones. Lurking? All right, no worries. I enjoy the lurkers just as much. Just make sure you hit that thumbs up button if you're lurking. Yeah, some silver. I'm going to get rid of this pesky silver. We're going to put it in the Tuesday tailings. But yeah, another piece of gold. See, we're finding gold every pan so far. TM, thank you for joining the show. You've probably been here. It's instant, doesn't take 5 days. Well, no, it depends because I sell on eBay. And I get the option of when I want to make an offer to someone that's got it either in their cart or they're watching it. And sometimes I do it daily. Sometimes I might wait a week. I adjust how much I'll discount. I might give them $1 off. I might give them $5 off. So you just have to wait and see. Like right now on eBay, I have 3 or 4 things in my cart just for Paydirt related. And one of them just sent me an offer, but it wasn't good enough. So I denied it and I'll wait for a better offer. Well, that's good. Always good if you got orders for the silver. And, I will say it's just hard for good sellers on eBay because the fee structure is so bad. Personally, I wouldn't sell on eBay. You're better off just selling, word of mouth to the community or somewhere else just for those fees. If you sell a $50 bag of Paydirt, that's $5 going to eBay. That could just be going straight in your pocket. Now, it's not bad if you want to do, like, what was his name? Had something with it. 8 or something like that. Chief something. Chief, like, 1234. He just used to buy Paydirt, and when he wanted to get rid of his gold he would accumulate, he would just sell it on eBay in Paydirt. Crazy. Like, he would sell, like, a 1 gram bag if spot was still 75 for, like, 65. Shipped. You'll get some every once in a while. You just have to look a lot, and you have to avoid the bad ones. All right, now we're getting to a lot of the black stuff, all the heavy, so. Was that smaller than 9 Fingers gold? No. 9 Fingers has got the smallest gold. His gold is crazy. You got some copper here. The nice piece of copper is going to go in the Tuesday tailings, though. Not really. All this stuff goes in the Tuesday tailings. So someone will get some copper. Well, they might not. I don't know. I screened down my material, so that might actually, that copper might go in the yard. I usually, when I'm screening, if I see stuff, I pull it out to put in the bag. So. Yeah, but 9 Fingers, you have to watch. If you look up Vendetta doing the 9 Finger challenge, Vendetta's got a really good video of him. The 9 Finger. Ooh, a lot of gold in this one. Oh, it's starting to float. Starting to float. It's trying to get away. But there's a chunky piece right there. That's a chunky piece of gold. Look at that. Yeah, that one, like that one, I would guess that one's probably right at -40. And the 2 ones above it, probably -50, maybe -60. But yeah, 9 Fingers, he still sells Paydirt, I think. I haven't looked at his see. I never remember to look on people's pages to see if they sell. Speaking of people selling Paydirt, has anyone heard of MJ lately? And no, she doesn't. I don't. I want a bag of her Paydirt. Or I need a sticker and a bag from her so I could put some Paydirt on my shelf. But I haven't seen her around in a while. And yeah, if I was to sell and you didn't want to have your own website and you didn't want to do that, I don't know what Etsy's fees are. Etsy, I think, has the same problem. I think they're 10% too. So yeah, you're better off just, word of mouth. Sorry, yesterday? You must just be hating my channel now. Oh, well. 15%. Oh. I would, yeah, they get you if you put it in a different category. 15%. You're welcome, Alan. You're welcome. Thank you for being a Patreon member. See? Get a cool, nifty little gold-plated diamond, a sticker. Joining my Patreon. Woot, woot. Can't beat that. And I ship my stuff every single month. No delay. Now, kids running her? Yeah. Yeah, she took a vacation without them. If you take a vacation without your kids, you're going to pay for it for at least a month or 2 months afterwards. So, all right. We're not even going to look this one. I know this pan has gold in it. I don't even have to look. I can feel it. I can hear that little piece of gold rolling around in there. Because we're running out of time here. So, we still got to do the final stuff. So. Yeah, if anyone sees MJ in chat, tell her I'm looking for her. Because I got a bag of her Paydirt, but it didn't have a sticker on it, and the bag bust. So I need a new bag and a new sticker so I can put her stuff on the wall. AAA Rockhound, thank you for joining the show. Appreciate it. And again, and always, I appreciate everyone who watches the show. Even if I don't give you a shout out, I appreciate you. I just didn't see your name when I happen to be looking at my phone. And if one or all my mods want to drop the hidden link, don't forget to go leave a comment on the hidden link. We're going to be giving away spot number 8 tonight for the Vendetta 1 ounce silver bar. So get rid of these boulders here. No, he didn't sell this. He sent this to me. Tim won my giveaway when I was doing Australia month. Tim was the big winner that walked away with the 3.9 gram bark gold that Gold Nugget Sales Mike over at Gold Nugget Sales donated to the channel for the giveaway. Tim was the big winner. So he decided to pay me back by trying to make me cross-eyed by sending me Paydirt with some fine gold in it as a reward. You know, nothing says thank you like making someone struggle to find gold. And I'm just kidding. All right, I need a sip of coffee. I know I didn't get to get back to you. I'm not on Facebook very often, and I don't know why Facebook does it, but Facebook will say you're online. I get people that message me all the time on Facebook, and they're like, oh. And then when I don't reply, they'll like message back upset, like, dude, you were online and you didn't reply. And I'm like, I haven't logged into Facebook in a week. Just because it's on my phone doesn't mean I'm online. Yeah, the Vendetta, if anyone didn't see it, I think it was like, was it early last month? He did some crystalline silver that was just awesome. He made a video on it. Make sure you go check that out. It was some of the nicest crystalline silver I've seen, so. Yeah, I love crystalline silver. I just don't like panning it out. Oh, I guess. Where could this new bag be from, Culver? Where could it be from? Oh, where could it be? Oh, I don't know. New Hampshire? No. New Orleans? I had someone message me day before yesterday, a couple days ago, wondering, because they were looking to buy some Paydirt, and they were wondering when your new stuff was coming up. And I said, it's going to be coming soon. It's got to be. Culver's got to pay for that trip. John R., thank you for joining the show. Appreciate it. Yeah, that was some epic silver. That's probably been the best one I've seen. And I watch randomly a lot of channels that do stuff like that. I don't typically subscribe to them, but you know, if you watch somebody like Scree Tips one time, they'll recommend all of them to you. So I've watched some, and that had to be probably the nicest one I'd seen, especially I don't remember which video it was of his where he cracks it open and it was just like, oh, you know, he should have edited it and just made lights shining out of it because it was like just one of those moments. This is some amazing stuff. Yeah. Gold. Only pans. MJ, I need a bag and a sticker. Stop hating on me. I'll even pay for shipping. Let me see. See, if anyone watched my last video, they will see there was just a white bag on my shelf behind me. That was poor MJ's bag that busted inside of there. And I've been waiting on a new bag and sticker so I could put it on my shelf. Everything's good. Everything's good. Except for I can hear my cat just tearing around upstairs. I don't know what's wrong with him. Well, that's awesome, John. Hopefully you found some good gold, or at least had fun. You know, one or the other. Either you have fun or find gold. Because if you're not having fun, but you're finding gold, that's still okay. You know, you could be having a miserable time, but if you're finding lots of gold, it's worth it. If you're not finding gold, as long as you're having fun, then it's okay. Aqua Donkey in the house. Thank you for joining the show. Appreciate it. What are we at? Yeah, I didn't even look. I haven't looked to see how many likes. We got 59 people in chat, so we got to have at least 55 thumbs up. If not, I'm not going to let my mods drop any more hidden links, so, you know. Well, I know it's supposed to go to Freedom Fest, but, you know, you have kids. You know how that goes. You don't always get to make the plans. No. And it wasn't my fault, and it really wasn't my fault. I had actually planned on going. I didn't want to say I was going to go, but I had pretty much had it in my head that I was going to go because I was going to make it a joint trip with my son and my daughter and her boyfriend because they've been wanting to go, or my daughter's boyfriend's been wanting to go out prospecting. But my daughter and her boyfriend had plans, and they were out of town, so I didn't want to just me and my son. But my daughter was coming back that Saturday. So I couldn't go to Freedom Fest on Friday where I had to be back on Saturday. And I couldn't go on Saturday because she was coming back because I had to bring back the kids for Monday. So it just ended up being a kerfuffle. Or kerfuffle or whatever it's called. A big buoy. So yeah, I wanted to go, especially since there was going to be so many people there this year that I hadn't met. So but so I apologize to everyone who went to Freedom Fest because we all know everyone only went to Freedom Fest to hang out with me, and I ruined it for all of you. It looks like you had a great time anyway. It looks like everyone had a great time there. Nobody missed me. It was an epic event. It looked like it. I mean, every video I saw of it, it looked like a really good time. I think what helped this year from what videos I saw is last year, the year I went, the first day everyone was there on a Friday, the water was low. And then the next day it went up, 6 feet? So it kind of ruined everyone's mood, having all their equipment torn away or them having to pull their equipment out of the river really quick and having to do this. This year, from everything I could see, the river, it had rained already previously to everyone being there. So the river was already higher. So, you know, having a river that's at 6 feet the whole time, it's okay. You know, it's just, you don't want it to be at 1 foot, then 6 foot, or you don't want it at 6 foot, then 1 foot. So, still on the floor. Oh, come on, A3. You got to hustle. Sell them. Cobbles. That's it. You can hear the cobbles probably. Let me see. You can hear those cobbles. And it's not gold, that's for sure. But next year, I'm definitely going to Freedom Fest. So, next year, the plan is Freedom Fest. Well, actually, I don't want to say where I'm supposed to because there's supposed to be some surprises for next year. But next year, I'm supposed to go to a couple places. So, it's all going to depend. Still have kids and stuff like that, but. I always joke with Mike from Gold Nugget Sales that he's like Scrooge McDuck. He's just got a vault full of nuggets and he goes swimming in it every morning. Like, okay, whatever nuggets he finds in his pockets are the one that he's going to, put on his website for sale that week. All right, we're getting through this. We're getting through this. I'm not trying to speed through it, but, trying to speed through it a little bit. It's already 7, and we got a lot of material still to go back through. More people need to watch the Gold Vlog. Best channel out there that's not, a review. And it's his favorite thing to do. It's his absolute favorite thing. He loves making those videos. So you have to appreciate someone that loves doing it and isn't doing it, which by the way, I need to write a note. That's something I need to talk to him about. Sorry about that. Just had to write myself a note. No, I'm finding some gold. I don't know if I'm going to find the 0.04, but, I'm not going to weigh it up. You need a gold buddy? Oh, is that the new one from Dream At? I have one. That video's coming in 3 weeks. But mine's going to be different. I've seen a couple of videos out there for the new gold buddy, but mine's going to be different. Yeah, I'm probably not going to find it all. I mean, you can see I'm kind of, not being super cautious with it. I figured as long as I found some of it, I'm happy. But yeah, there's a whole bunch in this pan. Woohoo. But yep, starting to float. So I'm trying not to get it too worked down so it doesn't float away. If it's going to float away, I want it to float away in the last pan. So there we go. Now, where are we talking about going HD? I missed something in chat. Everyone's talking about distance, but I don't know where we're all going. Oh, no, there's no guaranteed amount in this. It was just he weighed some up that I think he had panned it out previously. I don't know. I know he said he thought it had not a significant amount. This is just fun, I enjoy panning out anything. This is new material for me. I don't think I've ever really panned out, or if I have, it's been a long, long time since I've panned out any Iowa material. So it's always fun to just pan out something this is what Tim is used to panning. So to me, that's awesome and that's fun. Just panning out something. This is exactly what Tim would be panning out at his house. Just on this Tuesday, it happens to be at my house and I'm panning it. So All right. Now let's rinse off El Pano. Get any of that stuff hiding. So there you go. Tim explained it. So this is a gold he got from 3 excursions, 3 panning trips. So all his hard work goes into my pan, and see how much of it I lose. This is a lot. This is still a lot of black sands in here. This pan is heavy. It's always funny when you do some Paydirt. So like this one where it's very heavy in black sands, it wasn't very magnetized, is when you're weighing it in the first pan. Like when I had all the material in my pan, it probably weighed, like let's say 12 ounces. And then once you've cleaned off all the lights, you're still looking at like 9 ounces here. All the weight was just here. I've probably said this before, and I'm going to say it before. I really dislike the new heart thing that YouTube put on the chat. Because whoever leaves a comment, every time you see a comment, it's half blocked by this silly heart. So I got Chef V, bro, and he's crushing it, PA. I thought Carson was gonna, I can't tell what he says, come out on the screen. It's just, so aggravating. So I always have to, if somebody says something in chat, I have to wait for somebody else to say something in chat just so I can read the one there. And does anyone actually use it? Nobody uses the heart. Man, I'm not singing K-pop over here. Looks like your con's mine. What day is the new Paydirt coming out, Culver? Or you haven't decided yet? Little piece of gold trying to escape from me. It wanted to go on that Tuesday tailings, but nope. I hit it for you. I just really dislike it. I mean, even when it's on my laptop, it's always in the way of a comment. It's just crazy. They couldn't have figured out a better place to put it. Like, they could have made it smaller. They could have put it down to the side and just put a space in between chat. Thursday? Well, there you go, everybody. One of my top 10 sellers is putting out a new Paydirt on Thursday. So, been jonesing for a bag. Now you know where to go. And if you watch some of his videos, you might know where it's coming from. Now, I don't even know. It might not be coming from there, but I'm assuming. I think the little stuff is flying out, buddy. Oh, it's okay. It's Tuesday tailing. Somebody will find it eventually. I don't think so, though. I think it's all sitting up there. And you have to remember, When I'm doing this motion, 90% of the time I'm reading chat when I'm doing this. I can't even see the pan. It's just, I'm just doing this. So I'm sure some of this gold is going into the Tuesday tailings. I'm just doing this for the fun of the pan. Oh, there you go. Big Rock wanted to go. I keep scrolling up to read chat, Dylan. YouTube, I mean, they have a chat feature and they just make it the hardest thing to read. And like the fact that, like, if you go onto a live show, the first auto default is top chat. And I don't know how many times I've went into a live show and forgot to change it to live chat and just like replied to somebody that probably asked the question like 3 hours earlier. And then when you switch to live chat, you realize that because everyone's like, why is Miller Prospecting asking this question that everybody answered 2 hours ago, you know? But when I'm joining, it's showing it as top chat. So it's just putting it in there. But, you know, we're going to change that. Once I'm president, we're going to pass some laws. Executive. Some executive orders. YouTube, you have to get rid of that silly heart. That's awesome. I love, you know, I mean, it's been on my shelf for a while. So, you know, been up here. Actually, it hasn't been up there that long. I guess it's been here for January. So that's not too bad. It's not my oldest Paydirt on my shelf. I think the oldest stuff I have on my shelf is from Amaze 6 right now. An eBay seller. And that was probably from early 2023, maybe. Bring back dredging. Oh, I plan on bringing back dredging everywhere. I'm bringing back gold mining everywhere. We're getting rid of all this silliness. If a big company, that'll be the law. If a big company can mine in a state, then anyone can mine in the state. That's just the way it is. Because we all know big companies destroy the environment and just pay the fines. It's just the way it is. You know, if you tell somebody, hey, if you dump all these chemicals, you'll make 10 million bucks, but we're going to fine you $1 million, they're going to dump the chemicals. They're going to dump them right in the waterways. And so if a big company can mine, small people can mine. If you want to go in your backyard in Texas and drill for oil, get a shovel and drill. Spencer. Yeah. Bubba Gump. That's one of my favorite movies by Tom Hanks. The book is crazy. I thought the movie was better than the book. Let's focus for a minute. Make sure we're not losing any gold. There we go. Yeah, there's all your gold. See? All right there. There we go. It's staying where I want it to. Being good gold so far. I love all shrimp. Fried shrimp, grilled shrimp. I'm like Bubba Gump. Shrimp po' boy. Shrimp etouffee. I still remember one of my favorite when I was a kid. The first time a kid, nowadays kids aren't like that, but when I was a kid getting a shrimp cocktail in a wine glass, woo-wee, that was that was king of the tops, boy. Sadly, my kids are not fans of shrimp, so I don't get to eat them often. We got to do chicken. Because if it was up to me, I would just eat shrimp instead of chicken, but well, glad to see you're back out there, Tim. The book he's just crazy. He does a whole bunch of crazier stuff in the book. Like he becomes a pro wrestler and all kinds of stuff. It's just more of it, you know. I think it just gets overwhelming. So, Panama Prospector, thank you for joining the show. Appreciate it. My oldest grandson loves lobster. Yeah, it's gonna be hard. Red Lobster's closing all up. See, they made the mistake of doing that endless stuff, bankrupt them. I was kind of hoping mine would start going to the downhill so they, they would just do a giveaway or something, but thank you for sending me the Paydirt, Tim. I appreciate it. I always super appreciate when people send me dirt. Always. Yeah. Like I said, I enjoy panning out the stuff that other people pan out, so I get to see what they're doing. Even if they're like vendors, like one of my favorite bags I've ever panned out was I actually made a video on it. I didn't do it on Tuesdays. Was Allison from Yukon Alley. She sent me a bag. I think the video is called like Nightmare of Canada or something like that. And she sent me a bag of Paydirt that's just their concentrates. It was just this. And that's what they would sit there. She told me is they would sit there at night just panning that stuff and just, trying to get the gold out. So she sent me, I think it was like 10 or 12 ounces of material. And that stuff was just a nightmare to pan. But now I know exactly what she's doing. When she's up there, when they're finished mining for the day, they go sit down and just pan out the nightmare stuff. Yeah, lots of garnets in here. If I lose any gold, it's going to be because the chunkier stuff, like the garnets and stuff. The gold will wash down with them. Shrimp is the best, isn't it, Donna? Ugh. It drives me crazy that my kids won't eat it because it's so much healthier. I mean, the sodium's a little bad, but shrimp don't get bird flu. uh, See, I've never been a fan of lobster or crab legs. Um, I like crawfish. I like shrimp. I like soft shell crab. I love me some soft shell crab. But you almost never see that too much anymore, especially unless you're in the South. Even in the South, you don't see it too often, not like you used to. It's one of the things that, being in the Midwest has its ups. It's, nice weather or, different reasons. There's things to like about here. My kids are here. But not being on a coast, the food just isn't as good. Being somewhere like here where it might be a lot of cows or something or, a lot of chickens just isn't the same as being somewhere where, you can go to the dock and, go buy some pretty cheap fish every once in a while or, crab legs or something else. So. You heard him send them dirt? Yeah. They don't email me and ask me first, because, that's one of the reasons why I don't put my address just in my, well, one, I don't put my address in my YouTube description, because then Paydirt sellers would know my address, and, I don't want them knowing, what state or anything, even though I tell people all the time what state I live in, but, yeah, you can see I've had this one since January. I'm not the fastest person at getting stuff off my shelf to pan, so. But yeah, I'm always welcome to some new Paydirts. I lived by a lady that raised prawns, huh? We got cows. I mean, there's nothing wrong with a steak or any. I mean, I like chicken and all that. Just, every state has steaks, There's only, you got to essentially be on the coast to get some good seafood. I mean, you can get it in a lot of other places, but the price on it is so expensive, you know. Oh my gosh. I almost washed away all that gold. Look at that. That rock brought down all that gold. Ugh. Don't want all this gold going to those Tuesday tailings. What's wrong with that? I love meat. I think you're like the third person in chat that's got some chicken miner. I guess everyone saves the chicken miner. I know there's not enough to let it wash away. I know. That's all right. Eventually, like I said, this all goes into my Tuesday tailings, and eventually it'll go into a Patreon Paydirt or a giveaway Paydirt. So eventually someone will hopefully find it. Get rid of all these rocks. Helps. Popcorn shrimp. Which is funny. Popcorn shrimp used to be my son's favorite food. I mean, that's all he ever wanted was popcorn shrimp, popcorn shrimp. We actually named one of our cars Popper because that's what he wanted to name it, after popcorn shrimp. And now he doesn't like them. And it drives him crazy. It's one of my favorite quick meals is cook up some popcorn shrimp and make a po' boy out of it. But can't do that because he's a finicky little boy now. I will say I'm not a huge fan of their fish sandwich, but I do like their like really cheap tartar sauce that they put on it. Yeah, come on. These big rocks are gonna be the death of me. I guess so much for the final wash with this. Fried shrimp po' boy. Oh. One of these days, I'm gonna have to like lose like 90 pounds so I can go back down to New Orleans and gain 80 of it back in a weekend. Fish sandwich from Arby's. And then my son wants to try the new hamburger from Arby's. So Arby's can't figure out what they want to sell. Mm. Long John Silver's. I've never, well, I won't say never. I ate at Long John Silver's once when we first moved here. The very first day we moved here, after having everything done, we said, well, let's go grab some, to go food. And we got some Long John Silver's. And it was just, there's always that fast food place, even like a McDonald's. There's always one in that one neighborhood that nobody goes to, like nobody. So they're just like, their food's like really old. And we went there, it was all so inedible. It was just like, ugh. And since then, I've never been back. Come on, get rid of it. Pizza has a burger? What? Yeah, just one. It's probably here. Like, see here, even the Arby's. So the Arby's here, I think they only have two. You never see anybody, like never. You go at lunchtime, you go at like 12 o'clock, maybe there'll be one car there, maybe one. And the same thing, even I don't know how they stay in business here, but there's a couple like fast food places here that just get no traffic, none. I don't know how, they're franchises, so I'm sure like, they're just living off the other ones. But I'll take the gold. If I get the choice, I'll just take the gold and you can have all the other food. Yeah, but sadly, now that we have the post COVID prices, me and fast food almost never see each other anymore. It's too expensive, you know. Like to go and get a fish sandwich somewhere and fries and a soft drink, I could just go to Walmart and buy a whole bunch of fish and some po' boy bread and make my own for the same price and have some for the next day. So, Yeah, nice little pile of gold. Internet $6. Man, yeah. The only time I eat fast food is um probably once a month. My son, and that'll be for bacon burger. My son's on a quest to find the best bacon burger ever. So maybe once a month when his sister's not going to be here, we'll go and get a burger. So I think that's it. I see nothing else. That's not gold. Well, definitely some of it got away. Let's see. Let's see. Might have washed some over the side, but well, that's it. That's all. But yeah, I got the majority of it. I had fun. That's all that matters. Yeah. It didn't take me 11 hours. I'm sure you started with a lot more material than me. You know, any food from the South is good, pretty much. All right. All right, let's move some stuff back around. Let's thank Tim for that fun time. But it's also time for everyone to look at my ugly mug. So. All right, let's shrink down. I rebuilt my computer stand, my desk stand, my laptop, and my camera up here. But I didn't do cable management, so my cords keep getting all caught up. All right, shrink down. It's ugly mug time. There we go. There we go. We'll leave that there. Can't see it because of the light glare. The glare is making it look a little to the right. But found some gold. That was fun. Let me open up chat. Thank you again, Tim, for sending that to me. I appreciate it. Glad I got to it. Get some shrimp egg rolls. There you go, brother. So, yeah, I think next week we're doing a review. So next week we've got a review. Saturday we've got a review coming out. And the next Tuesday we're doing another bag from that actually someone sent me. But we're doing some Australian Paydirt this Saturday and next Tuesday doing some more Australian Paydirt. But then the week after that we're doing some Wisconsin. Somebody sent me some dirt from Wisconsin that they pan out. So this month doing 2 bags from people that sent me stuff. So no, that's my finishing pan. My finishing pan's never as shiny. See, the other one's shiny. The other one. No, and it's just the lights because I have a light right behind the camera. You can actually see the light in the water. The LED light, the little very top. Right there. Right there. Right there. That little white light on the thing. That's the LED. So, and I keep telling myself I'm going to move that light so it doesn't reflect off the pan, but I'm too lazy. So, because it's all screwed in place and all wired up. It's some tough paper. And like I said, panning fine gold isn't the worst thing in the world if you just take your time and you put your face really close to it, you know. Typically, if I was panning that out, the pan would be here. You know, I'd be panning like that. But there's no spot in between there to put a camera for y'all to watch, and nobody wants to look at the back of my head. So, you know, I typically, like, you know, when I do reviews, it's one of the reasons why if I do a review of somebody with fine gold, I'll pick a different dirt. So, like, if I was to review, say, Gold Nugget Sales Black Diamond Paydirt, if I was going to review that on a Saturday, on Tuesday, I'd pick out a different bag of his. I wouldn't want to do that on a live show because it's so much harder to pan it out when the pan's way over here and you're trying to see it. So, you know, and I wear glasses, so it makes it even harder. But it was some really tough dirt. Definitely tough. All right. Thank you for popping in, Crazy Cannon. Appreciate it. Sean McClelland, thank you for being here. I don't know if I said hi to you before. Yeah, that Vegemite was just horrible stuff. Oh, that was just nasty. Mike, how's it going? See, I was just talking about your double diamond. What? So, but yeah, we'll be, so if one of my mods wants to drop the hidden link one last time, in a few minutes, we're going to give away spot number. I'm going to make sure, yeah, spot number 8. That we're going to be giving away for my upcoming giveaway on my next Patreon giveaway. So on my next Patreon show, we'll have all 10 spots filled and we'll give away the 1 ounce Vendetta silver bar. So how was your trip, Mike? Hopefully you got a whole bunch of that high grader gold. Well, the problem with that, Shane, is that then every time I moved my head, the camera would be moving all over the place. Crazy. Everyone would get motion sickness watching me pan. Got 0.75. It took me 2 weeks. Yeah, that's some tough stuff. I will say, I don't think I've said this before. I really like that he moved the double diamond down to a 0.5 gram to match the easy bag. So I think people could buy both of them. And, you know, they could try the easy one, then do the super hard one, and then say, well, I need to go back to the easy one, you know. But I always thought that the hard bags, these super hard bags, should just have less gold. I don't know why. I know a lot of sellers used to do that, like, you know, Kenai, I think like theirs used to be. There was a couple sellers, and it used to only be like 0.125. So that way you weren't spending a lot of money. You know, if you were like, say if you panned every weekend and you're like, oh, I think I'm ready for this super challenging Paydirt. You weren't buying a gram of it, spending $90 only to recover 0.2. You know, then you're like, okay, I suck. I just spent all this money, only recovered, you know, 1/10 of what I'm supposed to. This way, it would only cost you $25. You say, okay, let me go blow $25. I get 0.125 grams of minus 100 gold. If I can't find any of it, it only cost me $25 and I had some fun, you know. If I find half of it, then, you know, I'm doing decent, you know. Australian stuff still on the shelf. Yeah, the Australian stuff's still on the shelf. It's still on the shelf. Shooting the video tomorrow, so. I was supposed to shoot the video today, but I kind of got sidetracked, and, you know, then I was like, well, now I got to get ready for a show, and I want to make sure I have as much time as possible, because it's supposed to be some tough pay dirt, so. Motion sickness, how you go here. And how's it going, Fickle Prick? I don't know if I said hi to you, but thank you for being on the show. High grader is in the truck. That's awesome. That's awesome. More Vegemite. So, but yeah, make sure if you haven't, you'll have to scroll up a little bit, but the hidden link was posted. We're going to have 8 spots. And as always, YouTube and its affiliates have nothing to do with this giveaway. It's just me giving back to people who watch my live show. And we got 10 spots. We've already got 7 of them filled. There's Shane Prothero, David Hayden, A3 Sky Warrior, Reg Lab, Mark Sheldon, Somewhere in Ohio, and John Gear. Now, if you're a Patreon member, you can win more than 1 spot. If you're not a Patreon member, and I called your name out on here, you can't win a second spot. So if I pull your name, you'll be disqualified, and we'll just pull a new name. So just so everybody knows. 66 likes. That's more like it. So you just got to hit that button. Doesn't cost anything. And again, something else that doesn't cost anything is subscribing to each other's channel. So make sure you go and subscribe to each other's channel. The Gold Vlog, AAA Rockhound, anyone that you see in chat, odds are, if they have a channel that sounds like a channel name, if they have a username that sounds like a channel name, they probably have a channel. Go subscribe to them. Share the love. It doesn't cost anything, you know, and they'll definitely appreciate it. So Panama Prospector, all these channels, make sure you go and subscribe to them. If someone's got a channel, they can just post right here. You probably can't post your channel link, but you can say, subscribe to me in chat for a minute while I go set this up. And, you know, everyone can subscribe to each other. All right, let me make sure all the comments are going through. Man, they all went through. What is it? All right. Subscribe. So there you go, Gentleman Prospector. If you haven't subscribed to Gentleman Prospector, make sure you do. 403 Prospector, how's it going? Thank you for joining the show. If you haven't subscribed to him, you know. John Gear is a friend of mine. Well, that's awesome. Awesome guy. Everyone that's won is awesome. My comment failed. Oh. Well, then. Let me see. Let me go see if I can see if yours went through. Hey, it didn't go through. You got a minute. Let's try again. Oh, wait. Nope, didn't go through. Maybe it doesn't like you. So I was about to say, it looked like he was doing good. Still driving? Oh. Dennis Hendrick, thank you for joining the show. Appreciate it. We've got like 5 minutes and we'll pull the name so everyone can just chat amongst themselves. All right. All set up. Everything is done. So we're going to get rid of this gold here. Thank you again, Tim, for sending that to me. It was awesome. It's fun to pan out. There we go. Fix everything up. All righty. But yeah, again, Saturday I will have a new video coming out. It will be a premiere unless something crazy happens, like it's really, really hard to pan out. It takes me forever and I can't edit it, something. But it should be a premiere coming out Saturday for maybe, I don't know how new it is, but a new Australian Paydirt. The first time I ever reviewed it. It is a fairly new Paydirt out of Australia. So I'm excited to pan it out. So that'll be Saturday, and then next Tuesday we're going to pan out another one because somebody sent me one, which is the reason I did the review. Is somebody offered to send me one, so I said, well, if somebody's going to send me one, I'm going to have a secret shopper buy one so I can have one twice because we all know I love Australian Paydirt. So that'll be Saturday and Tuesday. Lots of Australian stuff, and this Australian stuff is supposed to be tough. So this is going to be 2 weeks in a row that it's tough. Then I think the following Tuesday, I'm doing the Paydirt from Wisconsin. That might be tough as well. So this might be something I'll definitely get my eyes checked after this week. So after this month. Hold on. Thank you, Alan. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. And I appreciate everyone who joins me on these live shows. I know you could be somewhere else doing something else, and I know some people do, but I appreciate it. I'm getting unsearched dirt from GPA claim. Which one? Oh, man. And thank you, PA. Thank you. I really appreciate that. And I didn't see, PA. I haven't been able to catch up. You got your truck back and everything, right? It's all hunky-dory, right? You're just rolling now, right? So I did see you did a live show and probably posted something. I just haven't been on YouTube in a couple days. You know, I've been trying to get some other things sorted out. So thank you, Mark. Cajun Crystal claim off 138. Well, there you go. You leaving in the morning to go get it? Well, that's awesome. It's funny too, because I was watching somebody else I subscribed to, it's not in the Paydirt, their truck just went out, their transmission, and then somebody else, I was watching something today on YouTube that had popped up when I was cleaning, and it wasn't anyone I subscribed to or anything, it was just, YouTube was just playing in the background, and they were like, transmission just went out. I was like, oh no, must be the month of the transmission, or the year of the transmission, so... haven't been on in a month. It's hard. I was thinking about it today. I was like, man, it takes a bigger commitment, by doing a video, because I was talking to someone about, my constant videos. I've always tried to be pretty consistent with my videos coming out every Saturday. Every once in a while I miss them because, you can't control everything. Paydirt gets lost, or it's too hard, or I mess up the video, your cameras go down or something like that. But making a video every Saturday is a lot easier to do than do a live show every single Tuesday. Because if I want a video out on Saturday, I got 5-6 days I can shoot that video, edit the video, and mess around and say, like, I'm not going to do it today, I'll do it tomorrow. But with a live show, you can't. Today I was kind of dragging a little bit. I was like, oh man, this is going to be some tough dirt to go through tonight. And I was dragging. And I didn't want to drink my coffee until I got on the show. So I was like, well, nothing you can do. I can't be like, oh, well, I'll have it at 9:30 or I'll do it tomorrow morning. So, it's a bigger commitment to do live shows. So that's for sure. I will say I do need to also start getting better at attending other people's live shows. I don't know why YouTube just hates giving me, announcements, or anybody announcements that, somebody's doing a live show. Because I can't tell you the number of times I will open up my phone, or I get the little notification on my phone. YouTube will be like, oh, PA Patron. I'm like, okay. And it's like, just streamed 3 minutes ago. And it's like, well, that does me no good that he's, his show's already finished, It's just crazy. So what I need to do is write down a calendar somewhere, like everybody's that does static live shows, like, oh, they do it every Monday at 1, something like that. So just so I can make sure, because especially on the days where I don't have my kids, I need to get better at, attending shows on those days. So I'll have to add them to my daily schedule, But all right, it's time to shrink down the ugly mug, pull a name, and see who our winner is. All right, shrink down ugly mug. Where are we at? Here we go. There we go. Ugly mug right there. And again, if you haven't, make sure you can see my video about being a sucker, where I spent $10 extra just so I could have this pretty bag, and I could have spent $10 less and still had this pretty bag. But there you go. And big Texas prospecting must-watch warning, as well as the gold battle of washes. The last 3 videos, make sure you go check them out if you haven't already. And as always, you can check out my top 10 recommended sellers right here. As I said, Culver Prospecting said Thursday he does have a new Paydirt coming out. Since he's in my top 10, I don't mind giving him an extra shout out because, reputable Paydirt seller. So there we go. And again, as always, also make sure at the very bottom of my website, sellers to avoid. Make sure sellers to avoid. Always, especially if you see them advertised on Google. If you see somebody advertised on Google, check out my list, because odds are they're on there. So not all of them, because I know Mike from Gold Nugget Sales is now advertising. So Winch Mining used to advertise too, but there we go. So all right, let's pull up the link, post the link here. And as always, you must post something in chat. Oh, did I mess that up? Was there an S on the end? No, there is. Okay. You must post something in the live chat if I pull your name. And you have till the end of the show to say something, or you lose your spot. And then I just give away 2 spots next week. So you don't want to do that. You want to make sure you're here if you left a comment. Let's fetch. Anything goes. Include replies. There we go. I was about to say, it's taking a while. Let's pick this winner. Good luck to everyone. Again, this is spot number 8. We'll be giving away this silver bar once we hit 10 spots. It'll be the following week. So once I'm doing my June Patreon live show, we'll be giving it away. Let's pick that winner. Dragons AU Prospecting. Good luck, everyone. Thank you, Dylan. Thank you for watching the show. Thank you for entering. Now we just need you to post something in live chat to claim your prize or your spot. There's no real prize yet. You know, you got a 1 in 10 shot, so you got an imaginary ticket. No, all right. Dragons AU Prospecting, congratulations. There we go. Now everyone has to look at the ugly mug, full size. And also, speaking of, since I did a shout out for Culver, and he's got a new Paydirt coming out next Thursday, Mike just said he has, from Gold Nugget Sales, that he's got the high grader gold in his truck. So if you want to stick your hand in the crack of his door, of his truck, you can get some high grader, or you can wait till he puts it up on his website. But some high grader is coming soon back to Gold Nugget Sales. And Donna, thank you very much, Donna. Thank you very much. Way too kind. And I know didn't somebody earlier tip, and I don't think I said hi to you. Whoever did earlier, I apologize. Somebody probably posted something and I didn't. I know it was during my panning, but I apologize. If anyone else tipped, I apologize. I appreciate that very much. They posted? All right. There you go. You stubbles. You didn't stumble. You stubbled. Well, congratulations. You are on here. You might want to email me. I will post my email in chat. You might want to email me your address. You don't have to, but you can email me your address. That way, if you miss the live show and I pull your name, I will know where to send it. So again, we'll be doing this giveaway on 7/2. So on 7/2 on this live show, on the 7/2 live show, I will be doing the actual giveaway. And if I pull your name and I've already have your address, then it makes it easy. If I don't, then we'll just have to hunt for you and keep telling everybody, hey, have you seen Dragons AU? No worries, no worries. I appreciate everyone listening and watching. Not everyone can post in chat. I'm horrible at that. A lot of times I listen to stuff. I'll be on my computer and I have YouTube on my phone just playing away and I can't tap. You know, I can't chat too much. And you know, once you start chatting, you can't stop. You know, if you post one thing in a live chat, someone will say, oh, hey, how's it going? Then you got to reply to them. Then someone else will say, then you got to reply to them. Clint, way too kind. Clint, oh my gosh, Clint. You know, you're just going to get me in trouble, Clint. Thank you very much, Clint. I appreciate that. How are you doing, Clint? I was thinking about you earlier today. I was. I don't remember what it was. Oh, it had something to do with silver. You know, it had something to do with silver. I was thinking about something earlier today. So for the silver project, you know. What's up, Carson? What's up, brother? Thank you for lurking. Like I said, I appreciate everyone who lurks. I do it 90% of the time during live shows. I'm always lurking. I can't chat because I know if I post something in chat, everyone will start saying hi to me. Then I'll feel bad and start saying hi back. Then I'm sucked in. And then I don't want to leave the live chat. Like, you know, if something happens, I'm like, oh, I don't leave. You have not been watching? Well, I don't know. I don't know, Clint. I don't know if I can forgive you, brother. I appreciate it. I know you're usually crashed already by the time you're an early to bed, early to rise person. So, you know, my shows, I don't do my shows early enough for you, but I appreciate, you know, that. I know you get to watch them later on, so. I'll have to call you tomorrow or something and ask you about your trip. I know you just went on your trip. See how that went. Yeah, that's it. I'm terrible at typing. And like I said, you get sucked into a live show. You can watch an entire live show. You can sit there, you can put it on your phone, set it off to the side, do some, clean your house, do some work. And that's it. 3 hours will pass. You've done your work. You've done everything you needed to do. And you got to watch an entire live show. If you type one hi into chat, you're going to get about 45 minutes worth of work done and 2.5 hours of chatting. That's it. So, no, the high grader is not a collab. It's just Mike from Gold Nugget Sales has been out because it's Nevada, right? Nevada Gold, I think. So I just read it today. I was just on his website today, but it is high grader gold that he has to go and travel to get. So, and he just went and got some. So it's a very limited Paydirt he does on Gold Nugget Sales, where he does small batches and it sells out. Then a couple months later, he'll go get more gold, or and they tell him he's got more gold. So. Okay, no worries. I appreciate it, Carson, brother. I'm waiting for some more food videos for you. More mud bug videos. No, not Vendetta Mike from Gold Nugget Sales. No. That was their one collab. They might do another. You never know. I heard through the grapevine that they might be meeting up somewhere else. So, I'll take one 5-gallon bucket. That'd be a pricey 5-gallon bucket. All right, PA, you have a great one, brother. I'm getting ready to get out of here as well. So before I do, though, again, Saturday, I do have a new video coming out, some Australian Paydirt. We all know I love Australian Paydirt, but I do have criteria. So even if I love it, it's still going to get the regular scores, and we'll have to see how good it is. I will give you a hint. It is from a YouTuber. So I'm not so psyched about what the ROI might be. I haven't shot the video yet. I'm shooting it tomorrow. First thing, crack of dawn, I'm getting up to shoot the video. Australian Paydirt from an Australian YouTuber. I'm sure we can all figure out who it is, but I don't think I've seen anyone review them yet. I haven't reviewed him. I haven't watched any reviews on him. I haven't ever panned it out, but I'm excited to, because I like his YouTube channel. He's a good YouTuber. We'll have to see how his Paydirt is, though. He's got some claims on his Paydirt. I will say he has said that people have found, it's a 1 gram guaranteed bag of Paydirt. People have found all the way up to 2.14 grams. So we'll have to see. I'm really hoping if I can find 1.5, because again, it is a very pricey bag of Paydirt. Over $125 for a 1 gram bag of Paydirt, but it was shipping, I think, was $30, something crazy like that. So I've seen one review. So we'll have to see. Maybe I'll have to look up the review. I'm not going to watch it yet. I'll wait to watch it until after I've shot my review, but I'll have to see. So, but yeah, so Saturday I will have an Australian Paydirt coming out, premiere, and then next Saturday we're going to pan out one. So, and then after that we'll have more stuff coming on or extra months, but I'm going to get out of here. I hope everyone has an awesome week. Hopefully I'll see you all Saturday, but if not, come back next Tuesday and we're going to be panning out some really tough Australian Paydirt from what I've heard. I haven't started yet. So we'll have to see how it is. But everyone have a great week, and thank you all for joining the show. I really appreciate it. And thank you, Clint, very much for coming in and dropping a mic twice and just being the crazy Clint that you are. Thank you, Donna, very much for always being there. Thank you. I really appreciate it. And being a mod, I thank all my mods for being here. I thank all my lurkers. And the person who I forgot that tipped me early in the show, thank you very much. I'm super sorry I didn't say hi, thank you earlier. I was in the middle of finding some fine gold. So thanks, everyone. Hopefully I will see you all next Tuesday, if not at the premiere. We're going to be panning out some more stuff and having some more fun. See you then.